I'd like to call the Chickasha City Council meeting to order. I need a roll call, please.
Nelson.
Here.
Ginn. Here. Ebelthwaite.
Here.
Grayson.
Here.
Ashante Alexander.
Here.
Curtis.
Here.
Mosley.
Here. Item 2, consent docket.
Move that we approve the consent docket as presented.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Ginn.
Yes.
Ebelthwaite.
Yes.
Grayson.
Yes.
Ashante Alexander.
Yes.
Curtis.
Yes.
Nelson.
Yes.
Mosley.
Yes. Item 4, to be 4A. Discussion, consideration, and possible action to accept the 2023 Junior Social Workers of Chickasha Grant for the Police Department.
Move to accept the 2023 Junior Social Workers of Chickasha Grant for the Police Department.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Ebelthwaite.
Yes.
Grayson.
Yes.
Ashante Alexander.
Yes.
Curtis.
Yes.
Nelson.
Yes.
Ginn.
Yes.
Mosley.
Yes. Item 4B, discussion, consideration, and possible action to surplus miscellaneous used, torn, outdated police department patches and dispose of as deemed appropriate.
I move to approve the surplus of the items and authorize the disposal as deemed appropriate.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Grayson.
Yes.
Ashante Alexander.
Yes.
Curtis.
Yes.
Nelson.
Yes.
Ginn.
Yes.
Hebelthwaite.
Yes.
Mosley.
Yes. Item 4C, discussion, consideration, and possible action to surplus several broken, misprinted, and unusable police department badges and dispose of as deemed appropriate.
Move that we approve the surplus of the badges and authorize the chief to appropriately destroy and dispose of them as deemed appropriate.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Ashante Alexander.
Yes.
Curtis.
Yes.
Nelson.
Yes.
Ginn.
Yes.
Ebelthwaite.
Yes.
Grayson.
Yes.
Mosley.
Yes. Item 4D, a public hearing to discuss and consider the request to close the existing 20-foot utility easement containing a private water line located at 2001 South First Street. I have 6:33. I'll go ahead and open the public meeting, or public hearing.
I'm Renee Lester with Kenmore, representing Walmart, so just here to answer any questions you may have about the item.
It's about a water line. Is it kind of like in the middle of the parking lot? Is that
It
what
was a
it's
water line that wrapped around the building, and Walmart's going to be putting an addition on the building for improving the access to orders.
Okay.
So the water line needs to be moved, and we understand that the city did not want to have it as a public water line, but as a private water line, so therefore abandoning the easement.
Okay. Sounds great. Anybody else? Any questions?
So you're going to have to move that water line now.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a private one now.
That's right.
Okay. Anybody else? All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Any other comments? I have 6:34. I'll go ahead and close the public hearing. Item 4E, discussion, consideration, and possible action to approve ordinance 2023-33, request to close the existing 20-foot utility easement containing a private water line located at 2001 South First Street.
I move that we approve ordinance 2023-33 as presented.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Curtis.
Yes.
Nelson.
Yes.
Ginn.
Yes.
Hebelthwaite.
Yes.
Grayson.
Yes.
Ashante Alexander.
Yes.
Mosley.
Yes. Item 4F, discussion, consideration, and possible action to authorize the disbursement of the Central Business District Building Grant for 301 West Chickasha Avenue for applicant GPP Development in the amount of $25,333.
I move that we authorize the disbursement of the Central Business Business District Grant for 301 West Chickasha for applicant GPP Development in the amount of $25,333.
Second.
Any discussion? Yeah,
This one, this is the axe throwing one, correct?
it is.
And what are they, I mean, what's their projections on sales tax revenue?
Let's see if it's
I
in.
didn't see it in there, but. Or what are they selling?
I believe it. Jim? I'm gonna punt to you real quick. There you go. I saw that. Maybe it's at the EDC
I
meeting.
thought at one time it was, they were talking about just having drinks, soft drinks, maybe beer, I don't know. At one time, I thought that's what they'd said.
I've got all the receipts, but do not have that projection. When this was originally applied for, with this being a new business, I think they had some pretty conservative estimates. And so far, I think they've done well off of group business, but they're still trying to build that business.
And what are they selling though?
They sell.
Besides the service of axe throwing, but
Yeah,
we don't.
they have everything from soft drinks and snacks and merchandise.
Okay.
Sorry, Jim, didn't mean to put you on the spot. Thanks, sir. Any other discussion? Oscar? Anything else?
No, I'm
Okay, all right. Roll call?
Nelson,
yes.
Ginn,
Yes.
Hebblethwaite,
Yes.
Grayson,
Yes.
Ashanti Alexander,
Yes.
Gertis,
No.
Mosley.
Yes. Item 4G, discussion, consideration, and possible action to approve the qualifications for the Central Business District Building Grant for Allura Real Estate LLC located at 411 West Chickasha Avenue.
I move that we approve the qualifications of the Central Business District Building Grant for Allura Real Estate LLC located at 411 West Chickasha Avenue.
Second.
Discussion?
When was the work completed?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
When was the work completed? When?
On this one, it's still not all the way completed. On this particular grant, this is the first phase of it that confirms that they qualify based upon their address. They're building out 3 different retail spots on the first floor. They're doing other things on the second and third floor for offices, but that has nothing to do with this grant, and they're not asking for any grant funds for those upper floors. So this is the first floor that has been built out, but they have not asked for reimbursement yet because this is the first phase where they get approved based upon their address and their goal of bringing in retail business. So they'll have to be reimbursed, they'll have to show the receipts, they'll have to show the certificate of occupancy and what retail business they have to be reimbursed. This is just the first phase.
So once a business is located, then they can come back and ask for the reimbursement at that point?
Once he's able to.
Tenant is moved
Yes.
in? Okay.
Yes.
What kind of business is this? Are they projecting for this to be?
He's just said just retail. I know they've looked at, he's talked to a couple of different retail shops that could be offering everything from merchandise to a variety of like specialty goods. But as of the last conversation I had with him, he did not have a tenant yet.
But all we're doing tonight is just whether the address qualifies or not.
That's all you're voting on today, yes, sir.
Reimbursement will be at a later date after a tenant's found.
Correct, because they have to show that they have a retail business.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, thanks, Jill. Anybody else? Roll call.
Ginn,
Yes.
Hebblethwaite,
Yes.
Grayson,
Yes.
Ashante Alexander,
Yes.
Gertis,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Mosley.
Yes. Item 4H, discussion, consideration, and possible action to approve qualifications for the Central Business District building grant submitted by OHIT Corp. located at 102 West Chickasha Avenue.
I move that we approve qualifications for the Central Business District Building Grant submitted by OHIT Corp. located at 102 West Chickasha Avenue.
Second.
Discussion?
Now, is this one complete yet or no? Has this one been completed yet or no?
No.
No? Okay.
No, sir, this is the Savoy Barbecue and Deli, and then the upstairs will be the haunted warehouse. So this is, again, the first phase,
No.
this grant, and then the next one.
This one's the mill building.
Mill building?
The mill building, I think, on this one, wasn't it?
No, the mill building's the next one.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
102.
Yeah, 102.
It goes from west to east.
I'm backwards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, Jim. Any questions? All right. Roll call?
Hebblethwaite,
Yes.
Grayson,
Yes.
Ashante Alexander,
Yes.
Gertis,
Abstain.
Nelson,
Yes.
Ginn,
Yes.
Mosley.
Yes. Item 4I, discussion, consideration, and possible action to approve the qualifications of the Central Business District Building Grant for OHIT Corp. located at 105 East Chickasha Avenue, Mill Building.
I move that we approve the qualifications of the Central Business District Building Grant for OHIT Corp. located at 105 East Chickasha Avenue, Mill Building.
Second.
Any discussion?
This one's not done, is it?
They're changing the purpose of it, of that building, Jim. It's gonna be retail down that first floor, correct? Because the upstairs is
Yeah.
office space.
That's correct. The only space available for the grant is on the first floor,
Yeah.
where there'll be retail.
Will this include improvements to the park going backwards behind that covered pavilion, or just inside the four walls?
Based upon the square footage, it'd be the area inside the
Okay.
walls.
All right, thank you. All right. Anybody else? Thanks, Jim. Roll call?
Grayson,
Yes.
Ashante Alexander,
Yes.
Gertis,
Abstain.
Nelson,
Yes.
Ginn,
Yes.
Hebblethwaite,
Yes.
Mosley.
Yes. Item 4J, discussion, consideration, and possible action to authorize the sale of the surface rights only in and to a certain tract of real property described as the east 15 feet of Lot 9, Block 16, Chickasha OT, to John and Priscilla Reed, an amount of $500.
I move that we authorize the sale of surface rights only in and to a certain tract of real property described as the east 15 feet of Lot 9, Block 16, Chickasha OT, to John and Priscilla Reed in the amount of $500.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call?
Ashante Alexander,
Yes.
Gertis,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Ginn,
Yes.
Hebblethwaite,
Yes.
Grayson,
Yes.
Mosley.
Yes. Item 4K, discussion, consideration, and possible action to authorize the purchase of security cameras and equipment for all municipal buildings through Vercada on state contract not to exceed $425,000.
Move to authorize the purchase of security cameras and equipment for all municipal buildings through Wakanda on state contract not to exceed $425,000.
Second.
Discussion?
Is this for inside or outside?
It's gonna be, she's here to make a presentation for
Oh,
everything.
okay.
Here to kind of give us an overview. No, there's an extra screen. So we've been looking at this for some time. And due to some of our security needs, we felt like we needed to move forward with this. So invite Alyssa here, who represents Vercada, to give us a bit of an overview of kind of where we are on this and why it's so critical to us. And then we'll certainly stand for any questions that the council may have.
All right, so again, just walking through the security deployment we've kind of discussed. Executive summary, a little bit of information about Vercada, a breakdown of the deployment across the city, and then of course some questions at the end. So here, main things that we're really trying to focus on is, of course, there are no cameras currently, so lack of coverage first and foremost. Growing and changing city population, with that comes a lot of different things. For our purposes today, the important things we were focusing on is to address the increased vandalism, theft, so on and so forth. With the goals to provide coverage, again, first and foremost, since there are no cameras currently, a hybrid cloud managed system, so it's easy to scale. Cities are pretty widespread. There's always going to be blind spots, and our system makes it easy for you to add coverage, move cameras around kind of as needed. And of course, user-friendly for city administrators. Lots of folks use the systems across cities, so we want to make that easy for you to do. Main challenges that a lot of cities face today, there's a few on here. First and foremost, again, is that there is no current system, so no coverage. Once systems are in place, typically a lot of issues cities face is incident resolution. So something happens, but you have to go back and scroll through hours of footage and you have no idea who did it. Maybe you can't get their face or the license plate because the image is too grainy. So along with poor quality, failing system, and unpredictable costs. We kind of address all of that in a multitude of ways. First and foremost is that we have a 10-year product warranty. So what that means is you purchase it and then you have the warranty for 10 years on the cameras. Very easy to understand the total cost of ownership for the system. And there are no other pieces of equipment involved. So it's just the cost of the hardware, then plugged into a switch via cabling. So the warranty pretty much covers everything. Unlimited users, so again, big one for cities because there are so many people using the system. If you want the police department to be separate from City Hall and have that be separate from the parks and so on and so forth, very easy to do so, as well as to share the ability to view that. Unlimited cloud archiving is included in the cost, automatic firmware and software updates, so you don't need to pay someone to come down and update the system. All updates will automatically be sent to all of your devices, and that's included in the total cost. We have 24/7 technical support, so if you do have an issue, maybe late at night a camera's not working, you can reach out to the support. It's 24/7, and they can help you with that. Again, no additional cost. And then predictable renewal costs, again, that 10-year warranty kind of covers most of your bases, because 10 years is a pretty long time. Most of the other systems out there, the longest I've seen is 3 to 5. Here's some folks that I work with in Oklahoma. So of course, Chickasha Public Schools is right here. We work with them to a large extent. Many cities, City of Tuttle, City of Ardmore, City of Lawton, City of El Reno, and help them in a multitude of ways. All of them have cameras. Some of them just have, access control and other products that we offer as well. So for this project, primarily cameras and access control. These just kind of really briefly highlight what we've included. So we have dome cameras, which is kind of the typical camera you would think. Fisheye cameras to get a 360 view. Bullet cameras, which have our license plate recognition and are typically used for outdoors. And all of these cameras have facial analytics, vehicle analytics. They record 24/7, not just on motion. And they come with all of the benefits that I highlighted in the previous slide as well. A viewing station, I believe this one was definitely at the police station, but just allows you to view a bunch of camera feeds all at the same time. Access control for some doors here at City Hall, so just a door controller and then a door reader to be able to badge in and out. Then within the system itself, some of our big differentiators that we do have this mobile app, so everything with the cameras, with the access control, you can do from your phone from anywhere, so you don't have to be on site to view footage, unlock the door for someone. And you can also use your phone as basically a key fob. So you don't have to worry about maintaining the badges, the key fobs, issuing those, paying for those. You can just use your phone. Here's a little bit on the people and vehicle analytics. So you can see it will pick up people's faces. You can set up alerts if there are known problem causers or people that cause issues, or if you want to search by someone, if someone came and caused a problem and you had the footage, you could go back and search for them instead of manually scrolling through all of the footage and find them within seconds. You can also live link share, so if something's actively happening at a spot, you can send a link for people to be able to view the camera footage, and that they don't need to have a login to the system either. So it's just live link sharing that allows you to view the footage there. And again, here's just what it will look like from the mobile experience, because most people aren't, sitting at their computers waiting for something to happen. So you can do all of this on your phone in terms of searching for vehicles, searching for people, scrolling footage, looking at your floor plans, and so on and so forth. Here is the breakdown. Obviously, I've kept it vague for this since we went over 12 different sites that were all broken down with separate pieces of equipment. But for this, you'll have the Ricotta hardware, the licenses, all of the install and the labor, which is going to be through Chickasha Telecom, to a total cost of $416,000, 10-year warranty included, and that's the total cost. With Chickasha Telecom as well, since you'll be purchasing from them, they are on state contract, the state contract of Oklahoma, so it allows you to ensure a low price and not have to go to bid with multiple. That was all I had, if there were any questions.
So the 10-year warranty, does it cover just parts or like damage? Does that cover damage, like accidental damage and
Yep.
the 10-year warranty?
Yep, the one thing it doesn't cover, because I know in Oklahoma you have a lot of tornadoes, it won't cover that, but with other places that have deployed the cameras, you can just put that in an insurance claim and then we'll just replace it.
Okay.
Keith, I noticed on this list that the lake's not on there. Is it not feasible to have anything out there? Or?
As Alyssa mentioned, this is scalable, and we would probably consider adding the lake later as we develop project plans out there. But right now, it does not include the lake.
And further on that scalability, I see that we have the water treatment plant on there. Will that be stuff we'll be able to move to the to the new one? Okay.
Yeah, we may have to expand it or add some cameras, but the basic contract will be in place for that.
Are we as a city able to fund that amount at this time?
Yes, we have some funds available in our it's an insurance account that we're using to pay for this.
These are just for city buildings, right? Not deployed around the city?
No, no, they're not traffic enforcement or those kinds of cameras.
Okay.
I just point out a couple of incidents that we've had recently that prompted our view that this is becoming more urgent. We had a couple of vehicles that belong to the city in our parking lot of this building that the brake lines had been cut and exposed our employees to, could be significant life-threatening danger. We didn't have any video or any kind of visual evidence to investigate who may have done that. And so it was just kind of left to speculation. Over the summer, I believe it was, we had a theft of property at our Public Works shop. Again, no video evidence of who breached the fence, who removed the property, or how much of it was gone. And so these kinds of things, while rare, are becoming somewhat more frequent and certainly more concerning, not only to the property of the city, but the city employees themselves. And this will enable us to provide more security for our personnel and for our property. We've had in the past OSBI or other law enforcement agencies ask for video evidence of certain things, and we've always just been said, sorry, we don't have it, because we don't have cameras or video surveillance of our city property. So we're of the opinion that this is an important step forward for us to modernize and protect ourselves against future loss.
I know this is going to be a lot of cameras, so it's a lot of data. How long will that stay good for? Like 30 days, 60 days? How long will this system, will it record?
Yep, so at a minimum, the cameras themselves have built-on 30 days retention. We do, I think, have a few with higher models. I think around the police department, there's some that are 60 to 90 days. Then you have the unlimited cloud archiving, so as long as you go back within the time frame, you can then archive that forever. It will live within the system. You can also download it to your computer if you want to keep it there as well.
Does this surveillance include the city hall itself?
I'm sorry, say that the last.
Will the cameras be recording and addressing the security in this building?
It will record our parking lot and our ingress and egress points, our front and back door. Not with.
What I'm saying is, will it be able to record persons coming in and out of this facility?
Yes, it will.
And they have onboard storage, is that right? So they don't rely on the cloud or anything like that?
No, so it's it will have an onboard storage itself, so if anyone tampers with the camera or anything like that, it will automatically bulk upload to the cloud, so you'll have all of that footage. But then anything you archive will live in the cloud indefinitely.
Okay, so it didn't rely on internet?
Nope.
Okay.
Is it video and audio?
You can toggle the audio on the cameras. They don't automatically come on, so you can choose if you want that at certain locations or all of them.
How do you were talking about the grainy picture. I mean, I guess the technology is just that much better where it zooms in, or is it using some AI to fill in the facial recognition? I mean, how is that what?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so most cameras are like 2 to 3 megapixels. Ours at a minimum are 4. And then the bullet cameras are 4K with telephoto zoom. So those are great for the parking lots because you can really zoom into a far distance. Then in terms of the people analytics, once you basically save someone as a person of interest that you kind of want to track and be notified of when they're there, then it will kind of populate with additional images of that person to make the algorithm smarter to ensure that it is getting the same person that you've created a profile for.
Any other questions? Thank you very much.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I have not, I mean, I've never done an extensive this many cameras, that kind, but is this, I mean, is there any other quotes or any other vendors looked at, or is this?
I don't know if any other vendors are looked at since I've been here for the past year. I know this discussion has gone on at least internally to the staff before I got here, but we pretty much relied on the fact that Verkada is state-of-the-art in Oklahoma with enough Oklahoma customers, having their relationship with the Chickasha Public School District and other local entities kind of solidified that they're the best option for us to pursue.
Is it too late to look at someone else too?
never too late to do that, other than we would like to get moving forward on this as soon as we can.
And it's a state contract also.
Yeah.
They're on state contract.
Keep in mind, anytime you have a state contract, they submitted bids to the state. The state went out for competitive bidding, and the state contract in that process, there's competitive bidding. It's just not done by the city of Chickasha. It's done
The level up.
on the higher level.
Yep.
So there was competitive bidding for them to even be awarded the state contract on that.
But I think that needs to be emphasized for that very reason.
Oh, that statement?
To show that, yes, that statement,
I
yes.
understand what you're saying.
You understand what I'm saying?
That's a good point, that no one wants to be.
Any company that is on the state contract, they've gone through the state bid process to be
But
awarded
what
the
I'm
state
saying is
contract.
that our citizens don't know that.
Oh, I
What
see
they
what you're
hear is
saying.
that it appears that only one
Right.
quote was taken. And I'm saying that statement that you just made, I think is crucial for our citizens to know that.
To know that there was competitive bidding.
Yes.
It was just done by the state of Oklahoma.
Yes, ma'am.
And so therefore, we get to piggyback on it, and we don't have to go out
Yes.
for alternate bidding. And that's the case whether you're talking about police cars on the state contract or whatever is on the state contract. There has been competitive bidding. It's just not done at the local level. And the state sometimes can get better prices than you can get on the local level because they are going out for purchases.
Any other questions? Roll call.
Curtis,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Ginn,
Yes.
Ebelthwaite,
Yes.
Grayson,
Yes.
Ashante Alexander,
Yes.
Mosley.
Yes. Item 4L, discussion, consideration, and possible action to authorize the surplus of a John Deere Gator and dispose of as deemed appropriate.
I move to authorize the surplus of a John Deere Gator and dispose of as deemed appropriate.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Yes.
Nelson, Ginn,
Yes.
Ebelthwaite,
Yes.
Grayson,
Yes.
Ashante Alexander.
Yes.
Curtis,
Yes.
Mosley.
Yes. Item 5, motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
Adjourn. I'd like to call to order the Chickasha Municipal Authority. Roll call, please.
Nelson,
Here.
Ginn,
Here.
Hebblethwaite,
Here.
Grayson,
Here.
Ashante Alexander,
Here.
Curtis,
Here.
Mosley.
Here. Item 2, consent docket.
Moved as, we approved as presented.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Nelson,
Yes.
Ginn,
Yes.
Hebblethwaite,
Yes.
Grayson,
Yes.
Ashante Alexander,
Yes.
Curtis,
Yes.
Mosley.
Yes. Item 4A, discussion, consideration, and possible action to authorize staff to solicit bids for CMA-2401 water main construction, Ada Scipio Avenue at Union Pacific Railroad.
I move that we authorize staff to solicit bids for CMA 2401, water main construction, Ada Scipio Avenue at Union Pacific Railroad.
Second.
Any discussion? Is this one we've been waiting on for quite, yeah, that's what I thought. We've been waiting on this one for a long time.
Road overlays.
Yeah. Any other questions? Roll call.
Ginn,
Yes.
Hebblethwaite,
Yes.
Grayson,
Yes.
Ashante Alexander,
Yes.
Curtis,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Mosley.
Yes. Item 4B, discussion, consideration, and possible action to authorize the trust manager to execute the application for permit to construct water pollution control or public water supply facilities and/or supply potable water for the Oklahoma Department of Environmental Quality, Water Quality Division.
I move to authorize the trust manager to execute the application for permit to construct water pollution control or public water supply facilities and/or supply potable water for the Oklahoma Department of Environmental Quality, Water Quality Division.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call?
Hebblethwaite,
Yes.
Grayson,
Yes.
Ashante Alexander,
Yes.
Curtis,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Ginn,
Yes.
Mosley.
Yes. Item 5, motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
We're adjourned. I'd like to call the order of the Chickasha Municipal Airport Authority. Roll call, please.
Nelson,
Here.
Ginn,
Here.
Hebblethwaite,
Here.
Grayson,
Here.
Ashante Alexander,
Here.
Curtis,
Here.
Mosley.
Here. Item 2, consent docket.
Move that we approve the consent docket as presented.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call?
Nelson,
Yes.
Ginn,
Yes.
Hebblethwaite,
Yes.
Grayson,
Yes.
Ashante Alexander,
Yes.
Curtis,
Yes.
Mosley.
Yes. And before I adjourn, I want to wish everybody Merry Christmas. So, item 4, motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
Second.